Hello and welcome back to CGTN's special series, Tides of Change. I'm Jason Lightfoot.
And I'm Angela. And finally, for the third season, we are standing on a proper beach.
Yeah, we might be able to dip our toes in the sea behind us, but it's
a bit cold right now.
Slightly a bit cold. We're here on Qinhuangdao's famous golden beach, known for its soft golden sands. And you can see there is the mighty Bohai Sea.
Exactly. And can you imagine that it is said that scientists from Chinese Academy of Science only discovered this in the 80s, that we have a stretch of sand so fabulous like this, and normally it's dubbed the back garden to Beijing because it's only 300 kilometers from Beijing, so it's a perfect escape from the hustle and bustle of the city.
Yes, it is a perfect weekend getaway. And Angela, what is your favorite thing to do on the beach?
Apart from probably eating the seafood, is to have a good read by the sea.
A good read? Well, you're in the exact correct place here. You can see here we have a library behind us here, and this is the Sanlian Library, dubbed as the world's loneliest library, and it was constructed in 2015 and it's known for its quite distinct architectural design.
Yeah, and it does look very lonely because, as you can see, it's less than 100 meters from the sea, and probably the only building we have on this stretch of sand.
Yeah, so let's go. Let's head in now.
Check it out.
Look at this library.
So within this kind of 450 meter square room, we have about. Maybe we can go for a search later. And also, this is a perfect spot to be used as venues for exhibitions, for shows. And today you can see that there's a lot of people here and there's exhibitions going on because it's actually quite a unique workshop here. And here we actually are going to check out one of the
artists, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And here we have artist Xu Tan. Xu Tan 老师您好。
你好，你好，你好。
感谢欢迎。
谢谢。
我的手有点冷。
你好，你好，你好。
Right. So Xu Tan, artist Xu Tan is here to host one of his exhibitions. So we'll let him explain what his project is. 那Xu Tan 老师，您能给我们介绍一下您的项目？
好的，好的。这个项目叫关键词，keywords。
Keywords。
它这个开始是2005年开始的。但总的来讲，这个关键词呢，它分3个阶段。就从2005年到2008年叫搜索关键词。Search for keywords.
Perfect. So this project is called Keywords, and it was started in 2005, and in 3 stages. And the previous few stages was searching or surveying for the keyword.
第2个阶段叫关键词学校。关键词学校的第3个阶段呢，叫关键词实验室。
So the second stage is called Keyword Academy or Keyword School, and the third stage is
Keywords Lab.
Keywords Lab. 那我们现在是第几阶段？
这个是这样的，那个呢应该是第1加第2阶段，所以它有很多触发物。这个呢，这2个电池这是叫关键词实验室的。它关键是实验室里面有好些项目，这是一个主要的项目，叫社会植物学 （social botany） 啊。
Social botany. So on these tables are the work from Mr. Xu Tan, and you can see that these are the keywords. 那这些就是这些关键词。
这个是这个 social botany 中间的一个，是关于种子 （seed）。
About seeds.
Okay. And did you find any interesting words that shocked you when you were doing the survey of these keywords?
因为就说这个因为我做这个我是要到农村或者很多地方去做采访的，所以这里所有这些情况都不是我在家想的，都是在乡下。
Yeah, so for his survey, his gathering of these words, that he's actually gone to like the rural parts, different parts of China to gather these words. 然后 Jason 刚才也问有哪些词汇在这个进展中是对您比较印象深刻的？
就是说 for example， 这个就是这个就举个例子，在这个项目里面，它的关键词就叫种子，另外一个呢就是这个血脉 bloodline 这个
bloodline
consanguinity
还有这个
I don't know what does that mean.
这个
immortality.
Wow, that's a good one.
And also a word from the 亚里士多德。
Alexander, yeah.
叫亚里士多德那个 word 叫 eudaimonia.
Eudaimonia. So that's a new word. So maybe we need to search what that word means.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
它因为这个整个研究是关于什么呢？关于现在中国农村，这个主要是在珠三角，这个没有这个主要的部分是发生在广东一带的。
So this is mainly in the Guangdong province, so in like the
就是
area.
它是关于当代的农业，当代农业的大量就说他们农民不再使用这个原生的自然这个就是说收获的种子，他们全部种子都是买的。
So he's talking about kind of all the agricultural process becoming more modern, and all the seeds are no longer kind of produced by themselves, but probably bought. 那我们为什么这次会选到，比如说在阿那亚这个地方来去做我们这一次的节点？So we're just asking why we've chosen Aranya, so this community, to host this exhibition, particular exhibition.
因为这里谈到了在
immortality,
mortality
yeah, so talking about immortality.
the future. 这是因为大家都知道现在生态问题很严重，其实是关于我们，不是关于我们今天已经有问题，但是未来估计问题将会更大。这只是关键是就是那个社会植物学中间的一个分支，就是关于种子这件事。
So the reason that they chose this particular place about immortality is because it's really about continuing life and having that sustainable future. And as you can say, we have right now a lot of problems with the climate change, environment, and also with our sea. And choosing here in social botany, this is one of a particular study here.
另外一个就是中国人，其实中国这个传统文化特别在意血脉的流传下去，就是说。所有的，比如很多中国男人一个不好的习惯，就是很在乎他的孩子是不是他真正的血脉的继承人。
And also, I mean, within the Chinese culture, the bloodline to the Chinese culture is very important.
Yeah.
But really, it's not just the Chinese culture that the lineage
Yeah,
is very
I guess
important, right?
it's
其实不光是
important
中国，
in all
因为
cultures, right?
其实在国外也是一样的。
那么现在的情况就是，如果我们现在把整个社会所有的植物都社会化了，现在你在街上看到的植物全部都不是 original 的，不是原生的。都是人造的种子，人工从工业化的办法生产的话，那么我们的人对外界的全部不使用，这就不让这个他们的原来的血脉流传的话，我们的血脉还能流传吗？
So they just raise a really good question. I mean, we're talking about a lot of things being made artificially now that's not produced organically. Then we're talking about the lineage and maybe our bloodline. So if all the plants, the seeds around us are now all artificially produced, then for humans, then are we still produced?
这所以最后得到的一个
question.
一个概念就是这个孝，你知道，就是
Filial
Anxiety.
piety. This is a very famous word in China.
So
it's it's to your ancestors, to your elders. 就是这样对。
但是我后来发现孔夫子说的“不孝有三，无后为大”，这个很重要，这个就跟这个血脉不朽有关。为什么你比如你家庭这么在乎生一个孩子，一定要延续下去呢？其实这是跟这个孝是相关的。它所以这里就产生了一种 anxiety of the
So just saying that is all going back to kind of the Chinese culture, because filial piety is very important in the Chinese culture about having that lineage, that bloodline, but then there's also that anxiousness of having kind of next generations with your surname. 那老师，我们现在也不耽误你，因为我们知道在现在您的那个其实 workshop 已经开始了，所以我们也转身感谢，然后也祝贺您的这一次的展。谢谢。So because Mr. Xu's exhibition workshop is about to start, so we're just gonna run quickly, so we're not in the way.
So Angela, what would be your keyword if you had to choose one word for this survey?
I mean, that is a very hard question. I mean, this has been a difficult year for a lot of people. And I think maybe for me, especially with tides of change, it'll be changes.
Because, it goes well with tides of change.
Exactly. Work life, private life, there's been a lot of changes, and kind of getting used to and adapting to kind of these 2 years with COVID. But I think we've adapted pretty well. I mean, for you, what would your word be?
I would say a word not just to sum up the last 2 years, but my entire time here in China. I would say my word would be freedom.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, just obviously with the past 2 years with COVID and the situation that's been going on, China handled it really well and put the correct procedures in place. And you know, many countries around the world are still in lockdown, but you can see here in China, everyone's free to enjoy this library, enjoy the beach. Yeah, so
and that's why
freedom.
We can actually travel for tides of change.
Yeah, travel to multiple coastal provinces here for tides of change, which is a great experience.
Exactly. I mean, having gone to the library and hearing kind of Mr. Xu talking about the climate and the area around us, and especially this particular residence, before it was kind of just a marshland, a wetland, but now this particular residence is called Aranya, and which is also Sanskrit for kind of forest, wilderness, and it's a perfect spot for meditation, and I can see why.
Yeah, it's a very peaceful, tranquil place.
Because I was just thinking, can you imagine when the last time it was for you to go into a physical library?
Yeah, it's probably like when I was back in school to actually read a physical book, because you know nowadays everything's on electronic devices, on your phone, iPad, or maybe on your PC. Yeah, so it's kind of a new experience now to go back to a library like we did before, because we've forgotten to read a physical paper book.
Exactly, and having here, I mean, we saw the view inside the library. Can you just imagine taking a book and looking out across the Bohai Sea, and that sense of just being one with nature?
Yeah, it's quite a wonderful place to come and relax here.
And also, I mean, this place I've heard so much about, especially on social media. And I don't know if our viewers can see, there's a lot of people taking photos, and also maybe a lot of our Chinese viewers are very familiar with this place because it's becoming very popular on social media.
Yeah, it's a perfect place if you want to come and get some good shots for Instagram, you know.
Yeah, because there's only about 200 kilometers from Tianjin and 300 kilometers from Beijing. So, like you said earlier, it's a perfect weekend maybe getaway to come here. And the development, I mean, we're walking on sand. These sands are amazing and definitely above par.
Yeah, it is a nice beach. It lives up to the name, the Golden Beach with the golden sands. It is quite nice, yeah.
Exactly, and a lot of these areas, these tourist destinations and communities are really popping up in China because it's that sense of going back to the community life, especially with the development of China. Everything is moving so fast. I mean, quick question. Do you know your neighbors?
Yeah, no, I don't. It's kind of strange that we've lost this kind of tradition where you see your neighbor every day because maybe you're busy, caught up in the hustle and bustle of city life, and you don't even see your neighbor that much anymore. Yeah.
I know, and we've taken kind of a trek around this area. There's coffees, there's residents, and everything is kind of set up just so you can sit down with your friend, with your family, and just really chat and communicate, especially like the library behind us.
Yeah, it's a nice place.
Yeah, so if you get a chance, please come here. And also to check out what it's like to be living in these kind of communities, because as people, we need to have that interaction, that human-to-human interaction. We need to know our neighbors, and we need that kind of community life. And going to that, we have our colleague Xing Chen, who's actually enjoying the modern life. So let's check out what he's doing. And
over to you, Geraldo.
By 2030, China's urbanization rate is estimated to hit over 70%, 75%, some estimates will say. That means some 220 million new urban population that will emerge from this very country. And that's almost like the population of a whole country, nearly, for example, the US population. And thanks for sticking with us. And I am CGTN's Xu Xingchen. And look behind me is it's a coliseum, a miniature coliseum I am in one of the communities, as Angela has mentioned with Jason, here in Qinhuangdao, along the Golden Beach, that a lot of people from like nearby, like for example, like Beijing, bigger cities, they're tired of the crowded city area. They want to find a quieter place closer to the beach, only 20 meters away from the beach, the Golden Beach, and they found a house, found a residence here. And to learn more about this community, here I have Wang Zhen. He's one of the residents here in this very community. And thanks for joining us.
Hi everyone.
Hello. So first, tell us a little bit about who you are and what do you do, and how long have you been living here?
Okay. Very first, hi everybody, I'm Wang Zhen, and I came here at about 2017.
2017, that's about 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah, 4 years ago. And I'm a photographer. I'm living here, and I have my own studios here, and I'm living the building just over there.
Just behind us.
Yeah.
So let's just walk and talk. And thanks for inviting us and to help us to guide through this gigantic place. And again, the Colosseum is called Dionysus, the god, the Greek god, which means peace and cheerful and gilly and everything. That I think is a symbol of how serene and this community is, how people are pretty happy. So what I can tell, some people say this is a gated community. Basic, as Chinese people's disposable incomes rises, some people are escaped from the crowded city. They are trying to find a residence here, and there's a gate. There's everything, facilities, in this community. But what's your initial reasons to come here?
At the very beginning, I came here just as a tourist and to roam around, because here have the nice view of the seas and have
just right over there, 20 meters
just
away.
20 meters away. But you cannot see here at behind the trees. But anyway, after a 1 week vacation, and I think it's very lovely place.
Yeah.
And it's not so far away from Beijing. And you still can keep your daily life. You're working in Beijing, but in the weekend you can relax yourself. Yeah. Here you don't get so much crowded people, and they have a lot of very high quality events here.
Events.
Yeah. For example, right now we are just beside the theater.
Yeah. So look at that, the black box just right behind the Colosseum that I just opened this live stream. That's a theater.
Yeah. We have a lot of kind of, our neighborhood have a very good relationship. We play and we practice our own place here, and we performance in the theater. Not only in the theater.
So
even
basically, like in the neighborhood, like residents here, they will put up a show in the theater.
Yeah, exactly. And it's how to say. Usually you listen, neighborhood is not very professional, but we played very, very seriously. And at the end, we performing in the Nation Theater in Beijing. National Theater in Beijing.
Actually, that comes to a very interesting fact about this neighborhood, because there are a lot of artists. Like you are yourself, a photographer that's an artist. And there are a lot of talented people choose to live here.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the reason behind that? I mean, why this particular place is attractive to those people who are seeking some certain aesthetics in a lifestyle?
And you can see this communities have a community have their own, how to say, their own aesthetics.
Aesthetics,
yeah. And so it's in the same level, and it's very, very quality.
So basically, we can definitely the decor and the shops here are very selected, I would say.
Yeah, exactly. You can see the decoration of the shop and the building, different design.
Yeah,
it's in the same level, and it's very, high quality, and it's beautiful. You take pictures in every angle of this, buildings.
The light, the shadows is pretty.
It's amazing.
It always changes all the time because you're yourself, a photographer. But just come over here. I'm going to ask my camera person to come over here. So, guess what this place is for our viewers. My colleague Angela and Jason, they visited one of the bookstores by the beach So this is another bookstore.
Yeah.
And actually here in this community, I believe there are around 5,500 households, and there are so many different bookstores.
Yeah.
Do you visit the bookstores often?
Yeah, and it's not only a bookstore. It's also a place which the writers can come here and invent their new books.
Like
and
writers, the authors, they can visit this place. If they have a house here,
Yeah.
they can just
not
write.
only they have house, even if they don't have house, it's okay. And,
Look at this.
Yeah.
This cage is for people, if they want to visit the bookstore, if they have a pad,
Yeah.
they can
And
store.
This
their
Li
pads here.
Xiangguo Naive is a very
Naive.
famous brand in the publish industry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Here in China?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's pretty new. It's newer?
Yeah.
Okay, let's come inside. Yeah. So basically that's, because we are in a bookstore, I just don't know why that I want to lower my voice. But if it's necessary, I think it's necessary anyways. So what I can see is like for the bookstores, there are a lot of brands or branch from around China. So, Naive is one of the brands, but also like Yanjiu,
Yeah.
and even the Sanlian bookstore
Sanlian and
near the beach.
one-way space.
Yeah.
And that's which Xu Zhiyuan have a little bar near on the other side.
So there are quite a lot of places for like the literatures or for arts. But also I learned readings. There are a lot of other events will help
They
here.
bring a lot of events here, and in the weekend. Restaurants. This is a
It's a barbecue place.
Yeah, Korean barbecue.
Yeah.
And place Jin Sheng Long is a traditional Beijing, how to say, baodu.
Okay, and for those tribes, beef tribes, that's
yeah.
quite famous from. It's a local. It's a Beijing. It's a very famous dish in Beijing.
Yeah.
But some viewers might be a little bit curious why it's so quiet right now, because this community somewhat become internet sensation and quite internet famous. But right now it's basically off season, right?
Not only off season. Today is Friday.
Oh yeah, today's Friday. Yeah, today's
So
still Friday.
You wait for another about 4 hours.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Those people from Beijing,
yeah.
they driving from Beijing and came in here and
To
have
spend their weekends. Ah.
So right now it's still quiet, but you can see all the cars that's coming in and they are arriving here little by little. So this is not a first place to live in. The second place, you just have your weekend.
So it's a getaway place, especially for like people from Beijing, because it's only 2 hours train ride.
Yeah, exactly.
But if someone wants to drive from Beijing,
3 hours.
3 hours, so it's reasonable, I think. And there are a lot of like themes, different themes for the restaurants or the bookstores. Like right over the one that we just saw, like the baseball.
Yeah, it's like you got a traditional and you got some American. You can see this restaurant of it's from the baseball, and you can see the chairs is the New York Yankee.
The blue chair.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Exactly.
And
it's from New York.
It's from New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the chair from the stadium.
Yeah.
Yankees.
Yankees Stadium.
From that's interesting. Yeah. Oh, and I think this is also a good photo spot.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so famous in recent years. Like people will come here and they sit down, or they found the light and the shadows and take a photo and post on like Douyin, Weibo, or even Instagram if they can, make it even more popular. But then about this mode, what I can see is like, because during summer there will be more people, especially during the summer vacation, because parents from Beijing will take their kids to
the
spend their.
kids, they love playing the beach and they love going to the sea and you got a summer vacation, especially when the coronavirus.
The COVID-19.
You cannot go someplace other, you know.
But what about like if it's like really off season, like during the winter time? Because even though today is not that cold, but it's only 14 degrees Celsius, that's about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, but it's not warm.
Yeah.
And I know that some stores might even shut down. Even some restaurants might choose to close. Where can like residents like you to get the food or supplies, daily supplies around?
Yeah, that's in front of you. Yeah.
Oh, that's
we got a lot of mess.
Cafeterias?
Yeah, cafeteria.
Canteens.
Yeah.
Okay, so
this mess is the fifth one.
The fifth one.
Yeah.
So
we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 one.
Okay, 6 cafeterias so far.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So that's a cafeteria.
Yeah. It's not very expensive. It's quite cheap. Quite cheap.
Oh, quite, okay.
And you go there and you pick whatever you want, and this, you know, for us it's very common. You don't need to cooking at your home, and if you don't know how to, you know, choose which restaurant you want,
just go to the cafeteria.
Just go there.
Yeah. You know what? Just because the red bricks, it really reminds me of my college time. Because the cafeteria in my university, it just looks like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
But how can we get inside? And everything, the architectures here is just so artistic.
Yeah.
I think that's the residential buildings, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the little apartments, the condos.
Yeah.
The condos.
Yeah. And the beside one, they have 3
Bedrooms?
and another one they have 2, and
Okay.
just like that. Not so big. It's about 100 square meters, kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the cafeteria 5.
Okay. Me?
And it even have like children's meal.
Yeah.
And hand sanitizers because okay, here we go. During COVID, has like some masks over there.
Yeah.
Oh, there are some people are already working because it's already
It's preparing,
4:30 p.m. here in China. Some people are, I think they are preparing for dinner. 这是做的啥呀？
这应该是面条的卤吧，应该是。
So that's the sauce for like noodles, and except because I can see the noodles right over there. Interesting.
So you can see the buildings, the environments as well quite good, and you sit here, you have your dinners.
This is a ice cream machine, and you can scan the QR code, which is very common here in China. You use your phone, you scan it, you pay for it. 5 kuai. Yeah, it's less than $1, like 75 cents. Yeah, you can do ice creams. And I think workers are preparing, like they are going to eat their meals at the back, and when this open, they're ready to serve the residents here. That's interesting. And even though some viewers might think, oh, this is a higher end community, but I also want to point out one thing, because my parents, they live in northern China as well, and pretty far away from this place. They are not live close to a beach, but in their community, they also like the local, the community management team also took the effort to actually build a similar cafeteria so they can help my parents. And by the way, look at that's the safe water for your pets. That's interesting. That's cute.
So it's like a basic service, like cafeterias, like a bus service. They runs all over the year. So they never
around the
shut
year.
down.
Yeah. 24/7.
Not 24/7. They have their opening times. They sit here.
Oh yeah. Oh, the opening time. Okay, we are half an hour away from the dinner time until 8.
And the shuttle bus runs at 10 o'clock at night.
Okay, so similar like this.
Yeah. But this one runs
24 hours.
You can call.
Yeah, let's hop in. Because this place is huge. I want to show our viewers how Chinese people change their lifestyles and what really, make the urge in modern Chinese, what they want from like living from this neighborhood. We're going to turn around, but we need to hop in the car. So
this place was really huge.
Yeah. But again, so you got your little property here back in 2017, but your wife is not here. And she's still working in Beijing.
We just have a small baby.
Oh, really?
It's only.
Congratulations.
It's only 8 months.
Oh, only 8 months.
So he need to go to the hospital. It's not really convenient from here all the way back to Beijing and then come back home. So, and one another he cannot walk even. So this community, you don't need to bring him here. But we plan to bring him maybe when he was 2 years old.
2 years old.
Here they have a kindergarten. Another side. Here is a park. Another side of the park, they have a kindergarten.
So they're going to have they also have kindergarten. But also I know there's a clinic.
Yeah, there is a clinic, but not for kids.
Not for kids. But then for your, but before that, before you had a baby, how much time you spend here?
Almost, like say Beijing and here, half.
Half and half. But do you find it's quite challenging, because in Beijing definitely you're going to have your property. You basically you have to support for 2 places. How do you subsidize that?
Because back in Beijing was a huge city, and a lot of friends of mine, we met in Beijing is kind of different. One person from the east part, one person from the west part.
It's
and
huge,
then, you came to each other, it need to 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah.
So in the weekend, we just say, come, let's go to the Aranya. And we met here. Even we don't have a
weekend here.
Even we didn't tell each other before. We just met here by chance. I met a lot of friends here in Beijing. They are living in Beijing, but I met them there. So it's very, very interesting, and it's very convenient.
So what I learned is in 2014, phase 1 of this project started, and by now it has 10 different phases and 5,500 households, as I mentioned, and it's already all occupied. But look where we are here. So it's still the same commercial area, but as I mentioned, it's a huge place, so we need to get our little cart right. So tell us a little bit. I think this is a restaurant.
It's a small hotel.
It's a small hotel. Oh, this is a hotel. By the way, there are a lot of hotels also opening up in the community.
Yeah, exactly.
To compensate tourists if they want to take snap and here. Okay, interesting. And some people are taking snaps just on top of the.
This hotel is designed by Qingshan Zhouping, which is a very famous architecture, Japanese architecture.
Okay, interesting. So it's very artsy. And so all the storefronts. So what I can see is it's quite different from traditional busy streets that we saw elsewhere, in Beijing or Shanghai. What I found is it has more cultural related products. It's not just for I'm going to buy a clothes or I'm going to buy a burger or whatnot.
You can do that in Beijing, but came here, you just relax and you need more kind of culture, kind of artistic, and you need to relax your mind and your body at the same time. Relax your mind and your body, and I like it. I think we are around the same age, and we're millennials. But what do you think that the most important thing in our lives? Because we work very hard, but then what can these cultural things bring to you? To me, I think, how to say, this very...
It's spiritual or
It's a spiritual, and you see the different of this world how to rise, and different artists they have their own opinions, and different art, not even artists, but also writers, also some.
So basically, like to find like new inspiration.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a gallery.
Yeah, there's a gallery. It's coming this side.
Not quite sure if we got the time to get inside, but anyways, so this is a gallery actually
It's
for,
a gallery. It's for
autism.
Autism. Yeah, autism children. They draw in a lot of paintings and then they selling them for a foundation.
Okay, selling to charity.
Yeah.
So what I found quite interesting, like for all the little places, they were going to have like
Ice cream.
ice cream or coffee shop.
Yeah, because summertime is the peak season. Yeah. So the peak season, everything is running so fast. Yeah.
And also, I want to point out that's the lifestyle changes here in China because people are not just looking for the books or in a bookstore or the photo, the picture in a gallery. They're also trying to spend like $1 or $2, like 20 or 30 kuai for a cup of coffee or for ice cream. They're trying to find that space to clear their minds. They have already spent like 2 hours on the road. They reached here. They also want to find a place that they can rest a little bit more.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you are a photographer yourself and you have your little place here as well, right?
Yeah. Here is my studio.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. 在野造物。
对，在野照相。
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
But what's the meaning behind the name?
在野 is come like we are playing in the wild, or are playing in the going to have fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I just want to mention about this community. This community was built on a wetland. It was under development many years ago until developers started to find the demand for like places like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell us a little bit about your work. What are these?
So, those pictures is from 2014 to 2021.
2021.
By the first time I came here is 2014.
So all the photos are taken in the community.
Yeah, all the photos taken in the community. So this is the, by the timeline, 2014, 15, 16, until there. So we select some of them and make a small exhibition here.
So this is the bookstore, or that's
and that's one. That's the one.
the bookstore.
That's a Sanlian.
Yeah, Sanlian bookstore by the beach. My colleague Angela and Jason was there in the famous chapel. Yeah. People are crazy about this.
It's very beautiful. It's very, and the white waves here. The waving here is the sound wave. It's a little art project. We're recording the seas every day. One minute every day.
Okay.
Yeah. Last half a year. So this is every day the how the seas looks.
So that's the beach 20 meters away from us.
Yeah.
That's the Bohai Sea.
Yeah. And that's the sounds. Okay.
So by the way, you're watching Tides of Change from CGTN. We're really trailing from China's coastal lines and to find the new developments or history that we're going to learn throughout the trip here in China. And we're finding sea elements everywhere.
Yeah. And we have a lot of activities here, you can see.
So that's all the activities that people can do here.
Yeah, we select some of them. You can see the dancing. This is the dancing activities.
Like yoga or singing.
Yeah, it's kind of like a modern dancing.
Modern dancing.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got last year we got a Shark Week with Discovery, and we got a lot of activities here, and we got tennis and art shooting and a lot of
archery.
And every end of the years, we got a huge celebration of the gap year.
So what I found out, as you have mentioned, there are a lot of events happening here in this community. It seems like people know each other really well.
Yeah.
Because when we were working here, and people would say, "Hey, Chuanzhang, Captain." By the way,
Hi.
he has a nickname called Captain. So this is Wang Zhen, aka Captain Chuanzhang. Yeah. So people seems like to know each other, right?
Yeah, because in those activities is we met each other and we playing each other. We play with each other, and we it's like a we have a
to know each other is like all the events are becoming like the icebreakers. So it's really the sometimes even for me, I kind of sometimes I'm afraid of. Because I live in a gigantic, tall apartment building, but I don't even know.
You don't even know who you are next door, next your door. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So here, it's you have a relaxed life here, and you like to.
Oh, you're right there. So we need to find our card so that we can show our viewers a little bit more about this community.
You like to know each other, who living next door with you, and you have. You met them and then you invite them go to your home and have a dinner, or you invite them go to the activities together.
By the way, that's what I really want, because I don't want to leave my life on my phone. I'll hop inside.
We got a lot of social group and the Weixin group, WeChat group.
Yeah, WeChat group. WeChat is the messaging app which is super popular.
Yeah, well, we have different hobbies like football and tennis, and we play kite surfing here.
Oh, kite surfing.
Yeah, it's a very interesting game. You got a surfboard and you got kite on the.
So you fly the kite on a surfing board.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to try that out.
Yeah.
But by the way, speaking of like sea activities, sea sports, even this is one of the larger communities here along the Golden Beach. But because of the success of this community, this style of living has been kind of spread out.
Yeah.
We know the Seatopia is nearby, it's along the Golden Beach, and also we have like Arcadia. So definitely we can see a lot of more and more communities are like this, are spreading out, and not just here, but across China. For example, in Sanya, Hainan, we visited there during our first season. A lot of similar like villas and little condos are built there, so that people can do sea activities, do a little bit of yoga, whatnot. And even in the mountains, like Mogan Mountain, I love that place. It's near Shanghai. But we can definitely people here in China, they are seeking something different, not just for a place to live, but a place to enjoy. So that's the theater that we just saw earlier, and I saw people are preparing for the show tonight. They have a show tonight actually. 司机，我们稍微慢点开啊。So and along the streets, what are this like sea station and?
Sea station is how to say furniture store, and
furniture store.
That is designer's second-hand furniture.
So it's second-hand designer furniture.
Vintage furniture.
That's
kind
a
of
little
that.
bus,
Yeah.
a community bus.
And this is how to say select store, and coming soon. It's not coming yet.
Oh, so big the storefront. They're renovating. They're doing. What we can see here is about why they have the different colors on the building.
Which one?
That one is the yellowish. So basically, all these structures are different.
Yeah.
They look different.
Yeah.
Did you like it, or do you find it's a little bit too much?
For vacation, it's not too much. It's for everyday living. Yes, it's fine. Nobody, don't like the things which is very beautiful, very design. Have a good design.
Yeah, and that's the clinic.
That's the clinic.
Yeah, and beside that, there's a ranch.
Yeah.
People, because from some photos, if our viewers can recall it, people can ride a horse to go horseback riding here.
And we got a lot of small horse as well.
For kids.
Yeah, for kids.
For kids.
It's very lovely.
But then I also know like for property owners here in this community, sometimes they also rent their place out. As you have mentioned,
Kind of like a B&B.
it's a bed and breakfast,
Yeah.
and I just got the data. About half of the 550,000 households. Look at that puppy. Look at the dog. They actually rent out their places for
Yeah.
bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
And you are also renting out yours sometimes.
Me too, me too.
And during the hay season, how much can you earn from that?
It's about 2,800 per day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
2,800.
Yeah.
Quite.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting because you buy a property, but because you know, like as you have mentioned, you spend half of your time in Beijing, so
Beijing,
half
yeah.
of that you know is empty.
Yeah.
You're just renting out as bed and breakfast. As just Angela and Jason have mentioned, this place has become an internet famous place for like snaps, for photos. And B&B, Airbnb, or bed and breakfast services is also booming.
Yeah.
Do you have to pay fees to rent it out?
Not so much, 20%.
So 20%. Okay, that's fair. Like
Yeah,
20%
the
off
20% they give the guests the basic service like room cleaning, welcome, and you have to identify yourself in the guest center.
Okay.
So you can come in because this community is a closed community. It's not opening for everybody. So if you want coming in, you have to go to the guest center to get
Either you
your
have a book,
Yeah.
you booked one of the apartments here, or you can visit.
hotels also.
Yeah. That's interesting. So the safety is still somewhat insured.
Yeah.
But I also found it quite interesting. Some people say it's like a utopian place, but not quite, I think, because utopia is an imaginary place where it's
Yeah.
all bubbly and
It's
wonderful.
not
This place is-
exist, right?
yeah, but this place is great, and it already came true. And then it's not like away from the real society, as it's open, partially open to tourists, and you're also going to see new people
Yeah.
in and out. But then it's not that bad because still people need to check in. They need to identify who they are. And that's another hotel. I think there are like 3 large hotels.
Yeah. And basketball course is here.
Oh, that's the basketball court. Yeah. I know they also like have like a swimming pool.
Yeah.
We just passed it, but it's a huge building. That's interesting. So we're going to the square, right?
Yeah.
There's a little town square.
Just beside me.
Okay.
Okay. We're almost there.
Almost.
That's the cinema.
Oh, the cinema.
Yeah, that's the cinema. And the little shop here, they have a very good dessert.
Oh, okay. But then for stores like here, for your little studio, can you make enough money from it?
Kind of, yeah. Because in the high season, a lot of people came here. They want to have their photo taken.
Yeah. You can take photo. Oh, you're going to take like the tourist photos as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we had that service. So they take their families, they take their children came to the place, and then they want to have their very beautiful memories too.
Okay. So that's a seaside market. And earlier, I actually paid a visit inside. It's just a regular supermarket.
You can buy some vegetables
Yeah.
if you want cooking at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just something that it has to be there because they are residents, regular residents, not just like tourists. They're going.
Exactly, and some people they like to cooking for their friends, and they want to make a very good dinner for their friends. They invite their friends come my home and then come to my house and then we have a dinner.
And I want to point out all this, like the food vans, where they are not the food cart. It's quite interesting. I saw this quite a bit of these little shops. So that serves like some Japanese food.
And you can rent a bicycle here.
That's for bicycle rentals.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I'm having a lot of fun here. I hope that our viewers also enjoy this place. But again, the whole community, why it's become so famous or it becomes popular is because Chinese people are changing their tastes. They're looking for some place that can meet their aesthetics, like weekend getaways, escape from their work. Even though I work 24/7 the whole year round, but anyways, I love to have like similar places, live a place like this. But you've been here like for 4 years, like since 2017. But you witnessed changes at the beginning of 2014. Do you see how it changes and how it changes? Does it worry you in any ways? Just because it's so popular and more tourists, in my book, B&B, and they're going to be commercialized. Do you have any worries about that?
I think it's good for commercialize because
why?
you get a lot of tourism come here, and then all the shops they are making money, so they can provide all kinds of service. And for us living here, the residents, they have their own good service. They have their own good experience for living here. If all the shops they are not making money, and they are closed, we're living here with nothing. It's not good at all.
That's fair enough, because for a certain extent, that commercialization can somewhat with the development of the facilities or the surroundings. Again, as I mentioned, because not just about this developer, there are a lot of other developers are seeking the opportunities here along the Golden Coast, Seatopia, Arcadia, and that also makes Qinhuangdao, that kind of offers another streams of revenue to build this city, because this city is famous for its tourism industry. It's the home for a very special part of the Green Walls, the Green Walls in the sea. That also we're going to tell our viewers more about that, about the history about this specific place. It's called Qinhuangdao. It's a peninsula. It's not really an island in the sea, anyways. But it has a lot of deep history going back to
it's 1,000 years.
Thousands of years, and about the Great Walls. And then we're going to talk all about tomorrow and in just a couple of hours. And thanks for staying with us. And hopefully you found this live stream interesting. And of course, remember to subscribe and comment a little bit, share this place. And thanks for watching.